Neil Diamond, who once made the spotlight shine brightly and burn in the American sky, strangely now has a blurry life that very few people can grasp. The mysterious path that Neil chose has made the public question why for many years. Are you curious why Neil Diamond is absent from the media? Not to disappoint you, we have found his true reason. First, Neil Diamond's relatively infrequent appearances on the music scene are, tragically for his fans, often out of sync with the bulk of the year. The statistical likelihood of stumbling upon news or fresh releases from Neil Diamond outside the holiday season, particularly Christmas or December, is rather low. It's as if his musical presence is intrinsically linked to the enchantment of the holiday season. Remarkably, Neil Diamond has displayed a unique penchant for Christmas, as evidenced by the 4 Christmas albums he's crafted over the years. The most recent of these festive collections, Acoustic Christmas, graced the music world in 2016. This prolific output of Christmas-themed albums hints at his profound affinity for the holiday and his desire to serenade his audience with seasonal melodies. In a poignant twist of fate, the very same year, 2016, Neil Diamond graced the television screens of viewers around the nation with a special performance at the Rockefeller Center during the Christmas season. This, however, serves as a stark reminder of his enduring connection to the holiday season, further emphasizing his penchant for spreading joy during this time of year. Now, you might be wondering why Neil Diamond, a musician of Jewish faith, holds such an ardent affection for Christmas, a holiday deeply rooted in Christian traditions. When probed about his fascination with Christmas by NPR, Neil Diamond's response was simple yet poignant. His love for Christmas isn't anchored in religious beliefs, as he didn't celebrate Christmas during his own childhood. Instead, it's a heartfelt passion driven by the pure joy and warmth that the holiday exudes. It's as if he has embraced Christmas as an opportunity to share his musical talents, create memories, and bring happiness to his fans during a season synonymous with love and togetherness. So for those who yearn for the return of Neil Diamond's musical presence, the tragic truth is that you might have to patiently mark off December on your calendar. This is the time when he resurfaces with his enchanting Christmas albums, imbuing the holiday season with his unique, timeless melodies, despite the absence of a religious connection to Christmas. Second, in an era where keeping up with celebrities' lives often involves scrolling through their social media profiles, the absence of such a presence might give the impression that someone like Neil Diamond has withdrawn from the public eye. Neil Diamond, who is now nearly 80 years old, might not be as active on social media as the younger generations of stars, but his minimal online engagement is understandable. Neil Diamond does have a Twitter account, but it's not exactly a hub of constant updates and personal musings. He opts to tweet only occasionally, sometimes with a notable absence of personal content. In a world where Twitter is often flooded with the thoughts and activities of celebrities, Neil Diamond's sporadic and relatively impersonal tweets make him stand out. The story remains the same when you venture into his Instagram account. While he does share the occasional photo, and on rare occasions even posts personal snapshots of his beloved dogs, his activity on the platform is far from prolific. It seems that he's not particularly keen on immersing himself in the social media world or constantly updating his followers about his daily life. Instead, Neil Diamond appears to be enjoying life on his own terms, without the need to spend hours scrolling through a news feed or compulsively posting updates. In a culture dominated by the constant noise of social media, Neil Diamond's approach is refreshingly different. He chooses to live his life, savoring moments in the real world rather than constantly documenting and sharing them online. This perspective is a testament to the man's character and priorities, reflecting his choice to enjoy the present without feeling compelled to constantly engage with the virtual world. While his presence on social media may be sparse, his enduring legacy as a musical icon continues to captivate audiences around the world, even as he gracefully approaches his 80th year. Third, amidst the spotlight and the melodies that made his name a legend, Neil Diamond remained, above all, a devoted family man. In the symphony of his life, the role of a loving father and son took precedence over all else. This deep-rooted commitment to his family was evident in 2010, when he sat down for an interview with The Telegraph, his 92-year-old mother by his side, a testament to the enduring bond of kinship. It was an interview filled with warmth, even as his mother graciously offered the journalist a humble serving of corn on the cob. However, the path of family life was not devoid of its somber notes. In the tumultuous 1990s, a dissonance crept into Neil Diamond's marital harmony, and the chords of his 30-year union with his wife struck a bittersweet note of divorce. But unlike the melodramatic tales of celebrity breakups that the world was accustomed to, this separation unfolded with surprising serenity. Neil Diamond, a man whose songs had stirred countless souls, chose to share his fortune evenly with his ex-wife, a poignant tribute to her influence and her integral part in his storied career. He professed, "She earned every penny. None of my career would have been the same without her." In the wake of this parting, Neil Diamond found love anew in the arms of Katie McNeil. As reported by Parade, their union, formed in 2012, was not just one of love, but also collaboration, as she stood alongside him as his co-manager. The family tree that he had nurtured and grown bore 4 grown children who, in their own time, gifted him with 7 cherished grandchildren. Fourth, Neil Diamond, despite being one of the most significant musicians in history, has never conformed to the conventional image of a rock star. He's not the kind of artist who seeks to hog the spotlight or revel in the excesses of fame. Instead, he comes across as a down-to-earth individual who finds joy in the creative process of making and playing music for appreciative audiences. This sets him apart from the stereotypical flamboyance associated with rock stars. Even during his heyday, when he was a major figure in the music industry, Neil Diamond, often described as a solitary man, didn't embrace the typical rock and roll lifestyle. While many of his contemporaries were hitting the clubs and engaging in wild partying, Diamond preferred a more subdued approach. He would retreat to the comfort of his own space, using his solitude to write and create music. This contrasted sharply with the rock and roll excesses of the era. Neil Diamond's inclination to step back from the limelight over the past decade is not an aberration, but rather an extension of his long-standing approach. He has always been somewhat reserved when it comes to public exposure. This divergence from the conventional rock star behavior was, in fact, a conscious choice. He deliberately adopted a different approach to fame, one that was the polar opposite of figures like Elvis Presley and other cultural icons. In reflecting on his unique perspective on fame, Neil Diamond once remarked in an interview with The Telegraph, "I learned from Elvis to avoid becoming public property. Nothing is worth that." This sentiment underscores his commitment to maintaining his personal boundaries and not allowing the trappings of stardom to infringe on his private life. Neil Diamond's enduring legacy as a regular guy who happened to become a musical legend reflects not only his artistic talent, but also his unwavering dedication to staying true to himself, even in the face of overwhelming fame. Fifth, Neil Diamond's enduring singing and songwriting career has indeed spanned several decades, but beneath the glitz and glamour, there lies a tale of immense personal struggle and determination. It was during the 1970s that Neil Diamond, a beloved icon of American music, began grappling with excruciating back issues. Little did his fans know the profound impact this would have on his life and career. In 1979, the situation took a harrowing turn when he was compelled to undergo a surgical procedure that would change his life forever. An old New York Times article from that era highlights the gravity of the situation, reporting that a portion of a vertebra needed to be removed. However, the reality was far more terrifying than the initial description implied. As Laura Jackson's biography, Neil Diamond, His Life, His Music, his passion, revealed, Diamond had been enduring back pain and numbness in his leg for an extended period leading up to the surgery. It was only during the medical intervention that they discovered the shocking truth. The so-called portion of a vertebra was, in fact, a tumor that was compressing his spinal cord. This revelation was undoubtedly a chilling moment for the artist. Fortunately, the tumor turned out to be benign, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the darkness. Nevertheless, the surgery was an arduous ordeal, lasting an agonizing 9 hours. Neil Diamond emerged from the operating room, not only physically exhausted but also facing a long and challenging road to recovery. In the wake of the surgery, Diamond's determination and resilience shone brightly. Despite the hardships he had endured, he was not ready to surrender to his setbacks. He embarked on a grueling journey of rehabilitation, using a cane to aid him in relearning how to walk. The process was undoubtedly painful, but it was also a testament to his unwavering spirit and commitment to his craft. Even today, as the years have passed, Neil Diamond still bears the scars of that life-altering surgery. He continues to battle severe and chronic back pain as a lasting consequence of the procedure. This lingering pain serves as a reminder of the incredible courage he displayed in the face of adversity. Remarkably, Neil Diamond, despite the intensity of his ordeal, was not one to be deterred. In 1979, he set his sights on a major comeback the following year by starring in a remake of the classic 1927 film The Jazz Singer. Sixth, Neil Diamond's career has often appeared as a steady presence in the public eye, but beneath the surface, vanishing acts have always been an integral part of his modus operandi. Rather than relentlessly pushing himself to the brink of exhaustion, Diamond has deliberately chosen to take regular breaks from the rigors of performing, sometimes spanning several years. This approach to his career is a notable departure from the typical pattern of many artists who keep producing music consistently, especially when they are in their prime. One illustrative example of his penchant for taking sabbaticals from the stage dates back to 1972. At just his mid-30s, an age considered prime for music making by many artists, Neil Diamond made an unexpected announcement that he was going to take a sabbatical from concerts. What was initially meant to be a brief hiatus was extended until 1976. While for many this might seem like a bold decision, for Neil Diamond, it was a natural choice. In an interview with Rolling Stone, he shed some light on his rationale. He articulated that he deliberately aimed to maintain a sense of privacy and avoid becoming overly exposed to the public. Staying away from television for an extended period was a deliberate part of this strategy. His ability to take such extended breaks from the limelight was indeed a luxury that few artists could afford. Nevertheless, this method has proven to be highly effective for Neil Diamond throughout his career. In a world where fame often comes with a relentless spotlight and public scrutiny, Neil Diamond's approach of balancing his career with privacy through these calculated, vanishing acts has not only preserved his creative energy, but has also allowed him to sustain his career over the years, making it an old habit that has worked remarkably well for him. The ability to step away and return on his own terms has not only maintained his artistic integrity, but has also left fans eagerly awaiting his triumphant return each time. Seventh, the jazz singer didn't go so well. The path, though occasionally illuminated by stars like rapper Will Smith, who ascended to the highest echelons of movie stardom, is often strewn with pitiable failures. One such lamentable tale is the ill-fated 1980 remake of The Jazz Singer, where Neil Diamond, a musical luminary in his own right, attempted to chart a new course. Toiling tirelessly to breathe life into this cinematic endeavor, Diamond's ambition was matched only by his devotion. Yet, despite the Herculean efforts invested, the production stumbled and fell, leaving behind a woeful legacy. The critical consensus, reflected through the merciless lens of Rotten Tomatoes, stands as a pitiless judgment, bestowing upon the film a paltry 15% rating. One can scarcely forget the scathing words of the revered film critic Roger Ebert, whose review of The Jazz Singer was more an indictment than a critique. Ebert's assessment, delivered with the gravity of a funeral dirge, proclaimed that the film has so many things wrong with it that a review threatens to become a list, a condemnation that reverberated through the corridors of cinematic history. One of the gravest missteps in this ill-fated venture was Neil Diamond's unconvincing portrayal of a character 2 decades younger than himself. The discord between his age and the character he played was an unmistakable chasm, a rift that rents the very fabric of believability. However, the film's descent into ignominy was further exacerbated by a deplorable and grotesque blackface sequence that should have never seen the light of day. This wretched episode, a stain upon the very essence of cinematic storytelling, stands as a chilling reminder of the insensitivity and cultural blindness that can afflict even the most ambitious projects. As the film graced the silver screen, the audience was not moved by its discordant notes. They met it with a chorus of disapproval, their disdain echoing like a mournful elegy. Even the financial underpinnings of the endeavor crumbled, with one of the movie's investors, Lou Grade, ruefully referring to the box office results as disappointing. The jazz singer did not obliterate Neil Diamond's musical career, but it did extinguish the cinematic aspirations he might have harbored. Eighth, as much as we'd like to conclude on a positive note, the harsh realities of life often have a dissonant tune. In January 2018, Neil Diamond shared a heart-wrenching announcement with the world. He had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, a debilitating motor neuron disorder that at that time had no known cure. Parkinson's disease is known for causing symptoms such as trembling, stiffness, speech difficulties, and a range of potential side effects. It's a condition that's unfortunately familiar to the public due to its association with the beloved actor Michael J. Fox. This devastating diagnosis led Neil Diamond to make the difficult decision to cancel the remainder of his 50th anniversary tour. This was a choice that weighed heavily on his heart, as he expressed his own reluctance and disappointment in having to do so. The prospect of his retirement from touring cast a somber shadow over his illustrious career. However, the somber turn of events didn't mean the end of Neil Diamond's musical journey. In the same announcement where he disclosed his diagnosis, he made it abundantly clear that he had no intention of retiring from music. He pledged to continue writing and recording new songs, and he remained determined to share his music with the world for as long as he was able. Despite facing the immense personal challenges brought on by Parkinson's, Neil Diamond's gratitude and humility remained undiminished. He expressed his heartfelt appreciation for his loyal and devoted audiences around the world, recognizing that his remarkable musical journey had been so good, thanks to their unwavering support. In the face of adversity, Neil Diamond's enduring love for music and his deep connection with his fans remained steadfast. His determination to continue creating and sharing his art serves as a poignant testament to the power of music and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of life's most challenging circumstances. Following Neil Diamond's tragic diagnosis of Parkinson's disease, he made the heart-wrenching decision to cancel the remainder of his 50th anniversary tour in 2018, and it seemed as though his performing days might have come to an end. The famed singer announced his retirement, leaving many fans with a sense of loss and sorrow. However, in March 2020, Neil Diamond displayed a remarkable and unexpected resurgence. At the 24th annual Keep Memory Alive Power of Love Gala charity event in Las Vegas, the then 79-year-old musician surprised and delighted his fans. He strode onto the stage, clad in one of his trademark shimmering coats, took the microphone, and began to sing a medley of his most beloved songs. The audience was treated to classics like Sweet Caroline, Love on the Rocks, and Hello Again, with the help of fellow artists such as Caitlin Nickel and Billy Ray Cyrus. It was a triumphant return to the stage for Diamond, and the event held even deeper significance as it was in support of the Cleveland Clinic Lou Ruvo Center for Brain Health, an institution that addresses the challenges of neurodegenerative diseases. During this gala, Neil Diamond was also honored with an award commemorating his long and influential career, marking the significance of this extraordinary evening. Despite the absence of a cure for Parkinson's disease, Neil Diamond has displayed remarkable resilience and determination in facing this challenging condition. He has adopted a proactive approach, staying physically active, engaging with his social circle, adhering to prescribed medications, and, most importantly, continuing to immerse himself in the art he is deeply passionate about. When asked about his well-being at the gala, Neil Diamond replied with a positive spirit, "I'm feeling great." He emphasized the importance of the charity's mission and expressed his honor in being a part of it, showcasing not only his unwavering commitment to the fight against Parkinson's, but also his indomitable spirit and enduring love for music. Neil Diamond's triumphant return to the stage was not only a celebration of his iconic career, but also a testament to the power of art and music to transcend the limitations imposed by health challenges. Ninth, the echoes of his past success resonated through his existence, enabling him to retire to the solitude of an island and bask in the luxuries that wealth had bestowed upon him. In 1967, a pivotal moment marked the beginning of his ascent to fortune. Neil Diamond penned a fateful contract with MCA's Uni Records, a pact that promised him $50,000 for each of his next 5 albums. Little did he know, this deal would set him on a path to financial abundance beyond his wildest dreams. As the contract's conclusion drew near, offers of staggering proportions came knocking at his door, beckoning him to create music once more. The allure of $400,000 per album for a commitment spanning 10 records was enough to entice him, sealing his status as a music industry titan. While the world may have expected Neil Diamond's success to wane with the passage of time, his songs continued to yield a bountiful harvest. His timeless anthem, Sweet Caroline, composed in 1969, remained a wellspring of perpetual riches. Even in the modern age, where music evolved and genres shifted, the enchanting melody of Sweet Caroline continued to captivate hearts and wallets alike. According to reports from the Washington Post, this aging masterpiece still had the power to bestow upon its creator an annual bounty ranging from $300,000 to $500,000. But beyond the unyielding stream of royalties and his financial empire, Neil Diamond's heart displayed its humanity. In a gesture of immense compassion, he chose to share a fraction of his Sweet Caroline royalties, a sum likely around $5,000, with the victims of the 2013 Boston Marathon bombing. It was a testament to his enduring empathy, a spark of hope and charity in a world that often seemed consumed by the relentless march of time. 10th, the sands of time had borne witness to his journey, and now, as he approached the twilight of his 8th decade, the great maestro had gracefully conceded the relentless pursuit of musical reinvention. His name had etched itself into the annals of history, a testament to a lifetime of dedication and passion. The past decade had seen Neil Diamond embark on a poignant retirement tour, a journey that led him to the hallowed halls of recognition, where he was showered with lifetime achievement awards like cascading rain. In the year 2011, The Telegraph heralded the news that he had rightfully earned his place in the coveted Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a shrine of immortality shared with luminaries like Paul Simon, Alice Cooper, and Tom Waits. A star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame was bestowed upon him in 2012, a symbol of his enduring stardom. In 2017, the world celebrated a remarkable 50-year milestone in Neil Diamond's illustrious career with a commemorative collection, a testament to the countless souls he had touched with his mellifluous melodies. The year 2018 saw the Recording Academy extend a well-deserved tribute, a Lifetime Achievement Award, an honor as timeless as the music he had gifted to the world. Yet it was not a farewell to creativity or a surrender to the passage of time. Neil Diamond's hiatus from the industry, in truth, was a graceful retreat, a pause to savor the sweet nectar of his remarkable accomplishments. Much like Captain Kirk, ascending to Admiral Kirk, minus the iconic red sweater, Neil Diamond's music would forever resonate in the hearts of those who had danced to his tunes and basked in the warm embrace of his timeless melodies. Why do you think we've heard less about Neil Diamond in recent years? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.